Hello, everybody. Welcome back to COCBLOK, the Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers of Kentucky. I am Matt.
And I am Jeff.
And we, this is our, we took a little hiatus. What is that?
You hear something else going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I hear? I hear this one right here.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway.
No, maybe not.
Yeah, we did a little satellite kind of episode last week, and with Mr. Kevin Patterson, who's always very entertaining and informational. And unfortunately, we have Jeff back in the studio now.
I'll tell you, I think that was a great show you guys did. It was awesome. It was amazing, but at the same time, I feel like I've been cheated on here.
Yeah.
I feel like I just feel like I've been. Like,
was it because I was with Kevin, or was it because we were in the beer trap cellar?
Oh man, it could be both. Mm-hmm. But I think you were with is the key word here, right?
Yeah.
With another host, and that,
not only that, but I got to drink beer,
and you got to drink beer, in the beer cellar. Ever. I've never consumed any beer in that beer cellar.
No, not only in the beer cellar, but for the show.
Is that your first time in the cellar?
No, it's the first time I've drank beer down there.
I mean, drinking beer, right?
Yeah, it's the first time I've had a beer on a show too.
Do you feel any guilt over cheating on me?
Oh, I'm cheating on you? No, I guess I should, right?
Right.
That's what my therapist says. So
I might have to go to therapy now.
So no, we're back and we're here to talk about more beer because we're beer nerds and everything. Mm-hmm. But Jeff you've been away. Were you at Atlanta?
This time I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Downtown Atlanta, Georgia, which is otherwise known as a beer and food wasteland in the downtown. I mean, Atlanta itself is a great beer town, right? Atlanta has a lot of good breweries, 3 taverns, Blue Tarp, Sweetwater, Second Cell. I mean, great stuff. Mm-hmm. But downtown,
really,
is absolutely,
it's like a wasteland.
Oh, just nothing. I mean, there's a brew pub called Max Lagers.
Okay.
Which was okay for beer, but it's kind of like that place where everybody who works downtown goes after work. So they brew beer and they have brew pub food, burgers and fish and chips and whatever you want. But it's also that place where everybody goes after work. So I wouldn't say the greatest beers I've ever had in my life. And then when you're at when you're an academic like myself, because I am a doctor.
Yeah, of course, with quotation marks.
I am
with
a doctor.
Authentic quotation marks.
A doctor of philosophy. When you're with a bunch of academics and it's only maybe 2 miles or so away to go to something really good. I mean, we're talking about either I'll drive, I have my car, or an $5 Uber ride. Yeah. For those who don't mind the ethics of Uber. Yeah. Academics are like little ducklings. They're so afraid to get away from the mother duck, which is the hotel. So they just hang out at the hotel with $10 pours.
Why is that?
Hoplanta.
Why is that? Is that a fear of like being social with other people?
That? I mean,
I'm asking. You're a quote unquote academic, so you tell me.
It can't be the fear of being social because we're being social together. We're all hanging out together. It's like this weird feeling like I'm in a strange land called downtown some city, and if I actually get in a cab and go 2 miles down the road where there's something like Porter Bar, which is a really, really good bar in Atlanta, kind of like a list like Trappa with good food, a Wrecking Bar, which is a brew pub just down the street from there, or even I could drive, or we get on the MARTA and go up to Decatur, which is the beer and food mecca of the Atlanta area. Okay. Oh my God, I'm too afraid to get out of the hotel. Yeah. I'm just so afraid. So they just sit around and buy $10 pours of mediocre beers. Yeah. And
macro lagers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there were 2. There was Hoplanta by Red Brick, and then the new Laughing Skull on tap, and then it was Stella or Bud Light.
Did you go to Red Brick?
Can you go to Red Brick?
Red Brick in Atlanta. Do they have a tap room, or is it just?
Well, you know how Atlanta brewery tap rooms work, right?
No.
So if you're here in Lexington and you want to go to West 6 or Ethereal, you just country boy, just go right in. What's on tap today? Yeah. Oh, I want a growler fill. Take a growler fill. I want a 32-ounce growler fill. Can I have a fill? In Atlanta and Georgia, it's very different. The breweries only open at certain times, and you got to buy a bunch
by law.
By law.
By law, okay.
You got to buy some tokens.
So what?
Yeah.
Is it like a giant arcade?
It looks like you're going to an arcade. So you get these, often there are these little wooden circle tokens.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not, man. And then you get, sometimes you get a glass.
I feel like you're making this all up on the spot right now.
No, man, I'm not. And there might be 5 or 6 beers on, you get 5 or 6 tokens, so that's all you can have. And the beer, that's it. There's no more, unless you buy another set of tokens. You want to do a growler fill? You cannot do a growler fill. This is like the story when Jules comes back again from Amsterdam. You know what it's like in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
You can't do a growler fill in Amsterdam. You can't do a growler fill in Atlanta or Georgia brewery. They can't bring a growler.
Is that everywhere in Georgia? That's
everywhere?
state law.
Everywhere. So you can go they have actually, like other states, they have growler shops where you can go to the shop and they might have 20 beers on tap and you can fill a growler,
but you can't
bottle shops.
You can't just get like a pint or something there.
At the brewery?
At the growler shops.
At the growler, well, it used to be no. When I didn't go to a growler shop this time. When I was there in December, there was a growler shop I went to in Decatur where he said they were starting to change the law to allow you to do a pint. When I was there, you couldn't do a pint.
Yeah.
I know a bottle shop, Ale Yeah, in Decatur, where you can get like dollar tastings if you don't want to. But you can also have a pint.
Yeah.
Or you couldn't have a pint. That's right. You can only do a growler fill or do a $1 little tasting.
Because of some antiquated law.
So the law must still be you can't have a pint in the bottle shop.
And this all falls under the southeast part of the United States. I mean, they're just...
Are we not in the southeast?
We are.
Kind of.
Yeah, and we're like right on the cusp.
We're like Midwest, southeast.
Yeah, everything's Midwest to you. But yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we don't
back at the Midwest.
We kind of fall under that, but I think we've come a long way. But all these laws, and you look at Tennessee, Georgia, which I didn't realize, didn't Alabama or Arkansas just recently legalize homebrewing? Was that right?
No.
Yeah.
Mississippi.
It's one of all those areas.
It seemed like a weird thing that there was actually still a state
that doesn't allow homebrew.
Because Carter changed that in '79, which opened the doors to the whole craft beer revolution.
That shows how antiquated this region of the United States is.
But in Mississippi, they still were not allowed to homebrew.
Yeah, it was one of the states, and it's irrelevant because nobody goes there for beer anyway. But so if you go into Georgia, you have to buy giant wooden tokens.
You go to a brewery.
Okay.
So you go to a brewery and
But this is anywhere in Georgia. This isn't just Atlanta?
Yeah. I think this is just all... Well, I think this is the whole state of Georgia. You walk into and this is all about lobbying, of course, is that you have whatever brewers... The other brewers associations, which might be... I don't even know who's keeping this in check here. One group is saying, this will be the end of times if we allow breweries to sell pints or growlers.
Because nobody in the United States does that.
Because no other state. This is the same thing we saw in Pennsylvania, right, where you could only buy a case of beer.
Right.
Like we want to slow down drinking by making you buy a case of beer at a time.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it's some weird thing where I want to have a growler fill to go home. Nope, can't do it. I want to sit at the brewery and just have a pint. Can't do it. You got to buy about 5 tokens and a glass, and then you can have.
So you have to buy the glass, as in you take the glass home with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
well, I won't say every place is like that, but I've been to 3 taverns in Sweetwater, and that's what they did there.
Well, that's all the verifiable proof I need.
Yeah, so just 2 examples is probably enough to prove everything's correct.
This is the same as Sweetwater, because I kind of see
Have
Sweetwater.
You been to Sweetwater?
No, and I'd love to go. That brewery with the Sweetwater 420 Pale Ale was probably the beer that kind of turned me on to craft beer years ago. So I've always got kind of a soft spot in my heart for them. So I'd like to check them out. But so you're saying they do this as well? You go in there, you buy the glass, Do you have to buy like a minimum of tokens, or?
I think it's something like 5 tokens.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken.
So what do these tokens look like? Is it like
you're going to the arcade?
Is it so just tiny little quarter sized?
Yeah, circle.
And they're wooden. Okay, are they like engraved with the brewery on it and something fancy, or is it just like something you could make in shop class in high school with a?
So you want to forge the tokens?
I'm just asking.
Thinking, hey, I'm
general
home.
questions.
I've got the equipment. Why don't I make my own tokens? Walk through the door. Oh, hey, I'm just coming to meet somebody, and then once I'm inside, bam!
So do you actually? So do you take the tokens and like put them in like a slot, and like a beer like falls out of a dispensary or something?
I wish.
So you just hand the bartender, the beer tender, whatever.
Barkeep. Yeah, we call them barkeeps down there.
Barkeep. Everything's way behind back there. So it's actually gone back to Middle English. So
barkeep, I would like. To partake of a fine, tasty beverage. Here is my token.
Yeah, that actually sounds about right. So you literally have tokens. You hand them a token.
Right.
You're paying for beer with pieces of wood.
Basically, yes. We've gone back to the barter system of some sort here in Georgia. Georgia is really on top of how economic exchange works.
Yeah. Will they take other forms of payment? Can you give them like sheep's wool or like goat's milk? Is there options?
2 cows and my 3rd one.
Yeah, my 3rd daughter. Exactly.
And I would then like to partake of your fine, tasty IPA beverage.
So I don't understand how places like this can stay around, but I guess the whole state is like that. You don't have any
countries.
option.
I mean, the whole country's like that. Why do we have? Okay, we're the United States. United is the key word of America. Why do we have different beer laws and every? Why can't we just have
always
one
thought that was stupid.
Beer law? This is how it works. You can buy beer. You can buy beer any day of the week. You can buy it any hour of the day. You can buy it whether you're wearing shoes or a shirt. You just go and get a beer, and that's it. And we don't have to have all these archaic laws.
Just so everybody knows, I guess the federal government dictated at one point that the individual states will handle their own alcohol laws. So that's why every state is something different. You go to Georgia, you got wooden freaking tokens. You go to Tennessee, and Tennessee actually has an ABV cap, which is still in effect as far as I know. And anything that is under 6% is in like a grocery store or like a gas station. Anything over that has to be in a package store.
You know, the other thing in Tennessee, which is really weird, we were just, and I can talk about this later, we were just recently in Tennessee a couple times.
We're on a roll, man. Keep going.
Every time when we've been in Tennessee the last couple of weeks for different reasons, you want to order a beer no matter what you look like. If you've got, like me, you've got a little gray patch of beard, or you're 80 or you're 30, they ask for your ID.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? What? So you say, every place you go, can I see your ID?
I don't say anything wrong with that.
No, it's a law. It's not because,
okay.
It's not because they
well, that probably
question,
should be a law, yeah.
Okay, but look at me. Do I look like I'm 21 years old?
No.
So, but it's not because they question the individual waitress or bartender is questioning your age. The law states that every time someone serves a beer, they must ask you for your ID.
So that waitress is actually doing something illegal if she does not ask for your ID.
And she could be put in like Trump prison for the rest of her life or something.
And I understand the motivation behind that because, you know, if I see you and I know you're like 65 years old, right, exactly. I don't want to offend you. So I just say like, oh yeah, go ahead, my ID. But when you find out you're actually like 14, then it's a big deal because you're.
But it's the law. They have to ask every single time.
Yeah, I get the motivation behind that. But yeah, the states need to get on board.
But this is all the problem with the Civil War, man.
Yeah,
states' rights.
Well, you can't ship.
I'm against states' rights.
You're against states' rights.
I'm against individual rights and states' rights, democracy, the whole thing. Get it out the door.
Yeah.
Let us buy beer on Sundays.
Communism for everybody.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just get off the mic for 1 second because it's hot in here, and there are these like
What are you gonna do? You're gonna
fans.
Oh, on your computer. Oh, there's literally I didn't even realize this.
It says
we have
Yelp makes finding local hotspots a breeze, and there's a picture of a girl in a bikini on it. This is sexist, right?
Can you pick this up on the mic? Me fanning myself.
LXU is supporting sexist material, and there's also a marijuana leaf on here.
I need to do this more.
A bikini with a marijuana leaf on this.
I need to do this more. We're actually on WLXU Lexington Community Radio
in beautiful downtown Lexington, Kentucky, on 6th Street. Come and see us one day.
Yeah, you're not allowed in here though. It's under lock and key. But
that's
so
true.
we got
a big guard. You see that guard outside today?
Yeah, right.
Who's that dude?
I think we need to like pay him like a few bucks extra to come here and like fan us.
Dude,
with
these little fans just move the hot air around.
I know.
Like,
it's actually
this
making
is cooling
it
me
hotter,
off. Then I'm exerting energy to fan myself. So I'm getting a skid.
I feel like I'm in Georgia.
This is out of control.
So, anyways,
let's talk about. I just want to say one more thing about before we jump back into states' rights, which is a really important issue on a craft beer show. When you're with a bunch of PhDs who are really good at critiquing culture and society, taking apart text, understanding meaning, and all this stuff, they have no problem paying $10 for a crappy beer.
That's stupid.
Over and over again. It's like after 3 beers, I've already bought a case of beer.
You should use that to your advantage when it comes down to it. If you're getting into a social debate with them or something, you need to be like, hey, why don't we take this over to the tap room downtown? And then all of a sudden, they're going to close up and be like, I don't want to leave the house. I'm so scared.
I don't want to leave the hotel.
Yeah, there's monsters out here.
Something might happen to me.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was my. So we went down to Atlanta, went to a conference, but on the way to Atlanta, we stopped in Chattanooga, who doesn't want to stop in Chattanooga, Tennessee, right?
Me.
Birthplace of that stuff you put out your pool, the Chattahoochee. You know, Chattahoochee's from Chattanooga.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where they got that name from, but
so we stopped off downtown Chattanooga at Terminal Brew House. Terminal Brewing, I think it's called. Have you ever been there?
I've actually heard of that. No, I don't think. Do they package and distribute?
I don't know. I was looking for a place to stop that was open at noon, and that was, I think, the one Tennessee.
The one place in the entire southeastern United States.
Chattanooga Brewing is not open. There's not a lot of beer places to stop at from Lexington to Atlanta. No. But we did go to Terminal Brewing. If anybody's not been there, I would say it's just a little tiny brew pub, okay food, okay beers. It's an okay place to stop. And that was that story. And then
great story, man.
And then it was okay. I had a vegetarian sandwich, which you would like. Because you think
it's not vegan. Well, you're cheating on somebody there.
And then I was driving in Atlanta, dropped my kids off of my sister's house she lived down there before I went down to the conference, and I passed this place. I'd never heard of it before, and it's called Torched Hop. It's a brand new brew pub in Atlanta. And this doesn't follow under the other rules entirely because it's a brew pub, so they serve food. So you can go.
That's so stupid, though. That's so dumb because what's the actual difference?
But then
you know what I mean?
Because it's food, so you can walk in and order beer. You can have a sampler. You can order a pint. And they were saying that they're going to be able to do growlers soon in brew pubs. So this
That's like saying like, oh, well, we don't have to adhere to the laws in this place because our walls are blue. Oh, okay, well that sounds good.
Well,
we're not going to question it.
Beer laws never make sense. Period.
No.
But Torch Top in Atlanta, I think that's a pretty decent. That could be a pretty decent destination site if you're down there. It's actually not far from downtown, maybe a mile or two away. And they had a beautiful space for anybody who wants to go down there and check it out. I'd say take a look. Nice, decent beers. I wouldn't say they blew me away, but for a place that's only 2 months old, not bad.
Okay.
So those are a couple of places I've been to recently.
So we've established that Atlanta is barren, but
in downtown.
Right outside of Atlanta, or on the outskirts of Atlanta, or, not downtown.
Atlanta's a great food town, just not downtown. You can't go downtown and
I'm surprised you had so many options with being a vegan, the fact that you don't eat anything.
I'm not a vegan, dude.
Oh, you're not?
No, man.
Okay.
I went to a vegan dinner.
Oh, okay. I feel like you go to a vegan dinner like every day. I'm waiting. You got like little pieces of soy in your beard.
I think I might have had vegan last night.
There you go.
What did we have for dinner last night?
It's coming back around. That's what I thought. So Tennessee is.
What did I have for dinner last night?
Tennessee's got antiquated beer laws. They don't have a lot of great breweries. Everybody's been to Yazoo, and they're pretty good.
But now we're talking Nashville, and I think once you talk about Nashville, as opposed to Knoxville, I was in Knoxville 2 weeks ago where my wife was running the half Ironman.
Yeah, and Knoxville's barren.
Downtown Knoxville, completely barren. There's a place, Casual Pine, which is a chain.
Yeah, they're okay, but it's a cool venue.
You've been to a Casual Pine?
Yeah. I've actually been to that one.
Yeah,
they got a cool venue with like a big wooden deck and stuff.
Yeah, it's all right. Got a pizza down in the square. Went over there, had a couple beers, but it's not anything special. And but there was a place actually. Shoot, man,
in Knoxville,
right? Also around the corner. I'll have to look on my computer for a second. There's a brand new brew pub right there in downtown.
Brand
Knoxville.
New as in like this past year.
What's it called?
Look it up. Okay, so like I think the issue with Nashville is it's not really an issue, but when you go to Nashville, there's like 1,001 other things to do. So Nashville kind of gets the pass because they got a few breweries. I think Black Abbey is down there, a few other fun places.
There's a new brewery in Nashville I'm really interested in. Which I mean, I've never been to Nashville, but it's on my list if we're gonna go back down there. Called Bearded Iris. Have you heard of this?
No.
Doing saisons, I think.
It is a brewery though. They there's a lot of stuff to do in Nashville. I've actually been to a few concerts down there, and me and my buddies we end up just kind of walking the strip. They got a place where they got really good pizza. I can't remember any of those places, but
so the place I'm thinking in Knoxville, which is also kind of downtownish, it's not at the square, but not far and near the university, is called Balter.
B-A-L-T-E.
B-A-L-T. They also opened another place called Alliance, which we didn't get to, but they didn't have any food, so we just didn't get out to that one. It's a brand newish looking brew pub called Balter, and actually their beers were not bad at all.
Okay.
They're pretty decent. So you can do like a sampler for $6 or something.
Okay.
Not a bad deal.
Well,
so that's just a little travel.
That was in Knoxville though.
That was in Knoxville, a little travel beer.
Okay. And you say you've never been to Nashville? As many places have you been? I'm surprised.
Never been to Nashville. I have friends down there. I want to go visit. I want to go to a place like Bearded Iris or what was the one you just said? Well, what did you just say a second ago? Not Blackberry. Blackberry Farms is in Nashville or no?
No. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure.
What's the one? There's Jackalope. Is in Nashville.
Jackalope's okay.
You've been there?
I haven't been there. I was there like 3 years ago. Very small operation. They actually, if I'm not mistaken, they got their brew equipment from Yazoo. And Yazoo is probably the better known brewery in that area.
They're probably one of the better known breweries in Tennessee.
Yeah, definitely. And they make some good stuff. They, they're not like blowing me away anyway.
I brought back a 12-ounce sour from them.
Their sours are actually surprisingly good. Their hoppy beers were just, I feel like
they're all right.
They're off. Like
I think I brought back one single from them too. It was all right.
Yeah, but they're doing well. But you don't really go there for a beer. I think Blackstone's in there too. It's fun. But there's a lot of stuff to do in Nashville, even if you don't do beer.
Well, I think it was a Blackstone in Knoxville too. Okay. Maybe in both places.
It could be.
Or maybe not Blackstone, I'm thinking Brick Horse is in Knoxville.
Brick Horse. I think it's familiar with that.
Brick Horse. I brought back a couple things.
You're making more stuff up.
No,
you come back from two vacations or two trips and you just make stuff up.
Dude, I've seen the world. I've seen things. I have seen the horror.
All right. So go get your Royale with cheese and
you are listening. We're gonna take a quick breather. You're listening to what do you listen to? COCBLOK, the Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers of Kentucky on WLXU FM 93.9. Beautiful, beautiful Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, turn me on. Okay, welcome back to COCBLOK, the Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers of Kentucky. I'm Matt.
And I am Jeff.
Jeff left us muted, so that was fun. But we were talking about Southeast United States and how stupid it is with craft beer, and a lot of these states have individual liquor laws that prohibit a lot of, I guess, creativity from beer flourishing. Which, on that topic, did you know that Ohio has had an ABV cap, and it's
gone.
Yeah, just recently, which is that's great news. I wish we had like an applause soundtrack to play right now, but
it's like when what's that guy's name? The governor.
Yeah,
who's running for president? So he couldn't be president. It's not going to happen, but he can eliminate the ABV cap.
Yeah, which again is another stupid, antiquated law. But we don't. It's just irrelevant. So, but Ohio's coming around. Tennessee is still dealing with their ABV limits. Georgia, apparently, you need wooden tokens to buy beer in their 1800 pub, 1800.
North Carolina used to have to be a member of a club.
Really?
When I was
nowadays,
younger, you had to be a member of. You had to actually sign a membership.
Nowadays, like beer geeks would eat that up. They probably love that.
But you couldn't drink there unless you signed that I'm a member of the club. Are you a member of the club? No. Well, I'm sorry, you cannot drink here. Because I will turn my nose up at you to be a member.
Yeah. Well, I went down to Louisiana years ago. This was many years ago, probably like 6 or 7 years ago, and I actually went through Abita, which I assumed that Abita is like regionally prominent as they are, they would be a huge kind of like Anheuser-Busch operation, just like really bringing people in. No, well,
40,000 barrels a year or something.
Yeah, now their brewery's huge, and when I drove by it, I was like, well, we're here. My wife wanted to go to New Orleans and get some gumbo and stuff, which she did, which is funny. She went down there and like we went to 3 different places, and they all gave her gumbo for free. I'm not.
Did you have any alligator?
Yes, yeah.
Free gumbo.
Amazing. Oh, and
free gumbo.
New Orleans smells like piss and vomit. Or French Quarter. Whole thing is just piss and vomit.
So are you surprised that the French Quarter, where people just get wasted on hurricanes and cheap beer, smells like piss and vomit?
Yeah, and I don't have anything against trannies, but I've never seen so many trannies in my entire life. Like, everywhere. Like, that's just like...
The interesting thing for me is I may be one of the only people in America who hates New Orleans.
Yeah,
I've been many times.
Well, I didn't like it either.
I detest. I don't like the piss. I don't like the vomit.
No,
not a fan of the food.
The food was good. We enjoyed the food.
I usually get stomach upsetness, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's because you're a vegan.
And
you keep trying to eat meat, and it doesn't.
I think every time I go to New Orleans, I have to have Pepto-Bismol, and I like food, but there's something down there just does not agree with me.
Yeah. Well, we had a good time. We had some gumbo, and we saw a bunch of people throwing up and peeing in alleys and stuff. But yeah, down there. I mean, there's not much. I wouldn't really.
Did you take your shirt off for beads?
It wasn't that time of year.
Yeah, okay.
I would have. But yeah, Abita. I mean, that's pretty much when it comes to beer. That's the name of Louisiana, and they have some other ones. Who makes Ghost in the Machine? Parish, yeah. Which I didn't know much about them at the time. I think I tried some when I was down there. I don't even remember, but yeah, Abita is like they got a huge production volume, and they're all over most of the United States. I figured they'd be this big like. Welcome, come in, take a tour, give us your money. We want to make this tourist trap. Nothing. Like, as from what I could tell, we drove, I put it in my GPS, and we ended up at the brewery. And it's literally just a huge warehouse. And there was nothing. There's no signs, no fanfare, no nothing. I was like, well, you got to be able to get a...
Can you buy merch?
No, I couldn't see anything. So we just kept on driving, and we're like, there's got to be a place to get a beer. We ended up at their little, I guess, their pub where they actually serve food and stuff. And it's like a shack. It's like, you can tell it's really old. It's falling down. It looks like something from a farmer's market where they try to make it a little bit more hip. So they got like the building just made out of like old like plywood and stuff or whatever. And we went in, I had a burger and it was good, but it was like an Applebee's. It's like going into an Applebee's, getting a burger and stuff. I got a couple of glasses. I got a Purple Haze, like little purple tinted pint glass, whatever.
Do you use that?
No, you don't. I don't use any of my glasses. I used to, but they're all in a box somewhere. Well, I got like 300.
Like one of those grandmas who just buys like little angels and puts them on shelves.
Yeah, they gotta be ceramic though, and silver spoons, tiny silver spoons.
You're like a spoon collector.
Yeah, exactly. So,
New Orleans was founded by this is a true story, in 1692 by jugglers.
I love your stories, by the way, especially that last one.
Who were really bad at juggling, founded the city of New Orleans, and then Andrew Jackson just wiped them all out in war.
Really?
Yeah.
The jugglers? Were they like throwing bowling pins at them or something?
Well, they were really bad jugglers.
Yeah. And so they were missing is what it was.
New Orleans,
if they would have lit their pins on fire, I bet you the tide would have been turned.
In French, New Orleans literally means bad juggling. I bet you didn't know that.
You're a liar. You're just making stuff up again.
I'm a doctor, man.
You can't just say I'm a doctor behind everything. I guess you can.
Pretty much you can.
You gotta use your air quotes, though.
So hot, man. hair.
It's really hot.
Anyway, so you went to Abita.
I went to Abita.
You didn't dig it.
I didn't
Nothing
dig
special
it.
on
I'm
tap?
glad I could say that I went. No, nothing special on
Just the
tap.
regular
I don't
stuff?
even think I drank any Abita when I was down there, which not a lot of people like it. It's it's a very macro-ish kind of mindset.
I'm not
with
a
their-
big Abita guy.
When I first started out, I like some of their
22-ounce
stuff.
bottles I've had that were decent.
Yeah. I don't like it in a large format. I like
They're like $4.
I like some of their sessionable
cheap.
stuff. Restoration when it first came out. Restoration Pale Ale, which is for some sort of relief
What's
effort.
the other
or something.
big? It's Giacomo is the big IPA they do. or something.
Yeah. Oh man, and I used to love Giacomo IPA from Abita, and I swear at some point, it's like I don't know, they just use a different type of hops or something, but it was just like everything I had was just like it wasn't like good dank, where it's like hoppy and you're like, oh, this is fresh. It was like old bad, like weed or something. It just turned me off.
There is a restaurant I've been to in New Orleans, not in the Quarter. I hate everything in the Quarter. It's far from the Quarter, called Giacomo's, and that's a fantastic.
Really?
Just on the side, it was a fantastic.
Okay.
Restaurant. Still remember that place.
Well, not a lot of people go to Louisiana for beer or Tennessee,
And we have a lot of
Georgia,
Louisiana
or
themed
Mississippi or
food
Alabama.
here in town. It seems sometimes.
Well, it's
Like all-
everywhere.
it's everywhere.
That's a lot what they're known for.
But you're going to Alabama.
I'm going to Alabama next week.
I hope Neil Young will remember that you're going to Alabama.
The what?
You don't know that? I think we did that reference one before.
The what?
I hope Neil Young will remember that
Okay.
you're going to Alabama.
Okay, I'm not.
You don't know that?
I'm not 60.
It's
I
a
don't-
Leonard
I'm-
Skinner reference.
Okay.
Sweet Home Alabama. You don't know that?
no.
What are you, 18?
Yeah. Well, no.
Freebird!
How old do you need to be to drink?
Freebird!
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Yeah,
What's
and
down there? The beach.
I consider it, the armpit of the craft beer armpit. It kind of is like where it's like right on the Gulf of Mexico.
tell you-
Did that just go off? Keep talking.
When I'm thinking of going to the beach, no offense to Alabama, although again, if you say no offense, you're trying to offend somebody. But when I think of the beach, I just don't think of Alabama as a place to go to the beach. Is it really a beach place?
Yeah, that's actually the only reason people go to Gulf Shores in there, and I think it's kind of got like a little panhandle and stuff. I didn't pick out the spot. Don't ask me. I'm bringing a lot of beer with me.
So what are
I'm
your
just
beer
gonna say
options?
that.
They get good distribution. What are your beer
They get
options?
Cigar City.
I saw they got Westbrook Mexican cake.
Really?
Just went through Alabama. Yeah.
Okay.
They got
Well,
Westbrook.
I'll do a little bit of shopping when I'm there, but I don't plan. I'm not going to bank on finding anything there. I'm going to bring a whole lot of West
a
6
good,
Hill or Avondale.
Blue Pants. That's an Alabama brewery.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They're okay.
Who's
Now-
the one with the pig on? I don't like that one. It's really-
Pig.
it's kind of.
Now there's one with an elephant, it's Avondale.
I don't know.
Now they're out of I think Birmingham. Maybe it's out of Birmingham. And we actually, when we went down to New Orleans, we stopped there, and I actually liked the venue. Very West 6th-ish.
their brew pub.
Yeah, like that big open outdoor area for people to hang out in. It's like downtown, but it's like still kind of like hipster.
They have those sawed in half growler lamps that West Six has. Those are pretty cool.
No, they didn't have
those.
anything like that. And this was years ago, but I enjoyed Avondale a lot. Birmingham is the dirtiest freaking city I've ever been in my entire
Piss and
life.
vomit on the streets.
It's like beyond the smell. Like I would say, it's probably on par with New Orleans French Quarter as far as dirty. We stayed in a hotel, and we went to the roof. They had like a roof patio, and there were cockroaches on the roof. In the
Wow,
patio.
great.
This is like 30 floors up.
The Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, but it's like 30 floors in the air. Like, do cockroaches climb all the way to the top?
Dude, cockroaches
They're
are everywhere. They can go in anything.
We were that
On
night.
Space Shuttle.
We were walking back from a bar, and it was nighttime. And literally, it's like I'm not even exaggerating. When you take a step on the sidewalk, cockroaches would actually flee your footsteps. And so, like, you step and it make like a footprint.
What's going on with Alabama and cockroaches?
I don't know. This was Birmingham. It was disgusting.
They need to hire like a fumigator or something.
Yeah, one fumigator,
fumigator for the whole
fumigate
city.
the entire city. So we're not going to stay there ever again. But
So you're not going to that hotel.
not going to that hotel. I will stay in Huntsville. Huntsville is really cool.
Is there a brewery in Huntsville? There must be a brewery in
Yeah,
Huntsville.
I think they got a couple. I don't remember anything.
Blue
notable.
Pants, I think, is in Huntsville.
Blue Pants is everywhere, apparently, according to you.
Well, when you only know like one thing, you just keep
repeating it. Yeah,
Pants.
yeah, Blue Pants. Yeah, I went over to Montana, and I think Blue Pants is out of there.
Name Avondale Blue Pants.
Avondale's out of.
What's
out
another Alabama brewery?
I don't know.
Hush Shuckers.
But I would actually. Huntsville's got a really good food scene. I think you would actually like it.
You like Hush Puppies? Are you a Hush Puppy kind of guy, or
What,
you
like
like
the
a cat?
shoes?
No, food, dude.
The food dude?
Food.
Yeah.
Food. It's a
I like
southern
Hush
food. Are
Puppies.
you from the South? It's a southern food.
I love Long John Silver's Hush Puppies.
That's TMI. Do you like?
That was that TMI. You crossed the line
Are you
already.
gonna eat any catfish while you're down there?
I guess if it's on the menu.
If it's on the menu.
Yeah.
Do they have that on the menu at Taco Bell?
Probably. I'm sure they will at some point. Probably on their health
at the
food menu.
At the Huntsville Taco Bell, you can get catfish.
Really?
Yeah, and a beer.
That's disturbing. And a beer? Okay, I'll do it then. Yeah. Well, it's probably going to be a beer or something.
So what are you guys just going to go to the beach and drink beer on the beach?
Yeah, this is a family vacation, but obviously lots of beer will be consumed. We're going with some friends, and they're bringing their little, I think she's like 4-year-old daughter, and we're bringing our 2-year-old, and also my 6-year-old nephew. So it's going to be a lot of kids. That's why I'm bringing a lot of beer.
So, but you hate kids.
I hate kids. I rue the day that I had kids. I'm just kidding. Sweetheart, I love kids if you're listening. I love our kid. But,
when are you having another kid?
Never. Oh, okay. Yeah, in lieu of our most recent conversation 4 seconds ago.
That's it. You're done.
It's stressful, man. It's stressful. Well, how do you like having 2 kids?
Love it, man. They're awesome.
Whatever. You know your wife's listening.
Honey, I love her kids. My son's hilarious, man. He just says butt all day. Everything's butt.
Yeah.
You want to go to the store? No, let's go to the butt.
What? You're ridiculous. Your whole family's ridiculous.
My kids know beer because they've been to all these places. I mean, if I've been there, there's a 70% chance, I'm just going to throw that number out there, that they've been there as well. There's many places I've been to without
When they
them.
get that age, you can do that. I can't do that with a 2.5-year-old.
We did it from 2 weeks. Well, my daughter was 2 weeks.
I did it 2 weeks too. But once they get like 1.5, and then it's just like, unruly behavior.
There's an amazing invention that stops unruly behavior. You know what it's called with kids?
Alcohol?
No. You know what it's called?
But it is alcohol.
I don't give alcohol to my kids. This invention is called the iPad.
Oh yeah.
Give him an iPad and you'll never hear from him again.
I gave her one of those like
you can drink all the beer you want.
Amazon ones, but
no, we give him the iPad, and Minecraft, and that's
it's got to be a proprietary iPad, right? You're such a homer.
This is not an ad for
You're an Apple guy, aren't you?
I am. This is an ad for
God.
I'm running this great music. The tracks. Man, the tunes I'm dropping here are coming off my
on a respect scale from 1 to 10, where I was already at like a 2 with you.
You're like at a 10 now.
You went down to like a.
You're at a 10, baby. You're at a 10.
You went down to like an omega. You went into.
Listen, I'm not the one who cheated.
On you. You keep bringing that up. Keep bringing up old stuff.
Get over it, man.
Well, why don't you put on a song with your fancy...
You want to take another break?
Apple, yeah. It's hot. I need to get a towel or something.
Yeah, I'm just going to... I feel like I'm doing Bikram yoga in here. Okay, you're listening to COCBLOK, the Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers of Kentucky on WLXU-FM, Lexington, Kentucky. And let's listen to something really great.
Good Lord. Yeah, welcome back to COCBLOK, the Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers of Kentucky. Thank you for turning that off. What was that?
Dude, that is Rotem Sheffy's cover version of Radiohead's Karma Police.
She sounds like awesome. Like a Disney
awesome tune.
Like female supervillain. Like the evil witch.
What you get?
Oh God! If you ever play that again, I quit. I quit life. I quit our beer relationship.
First of all, you were dancing. You had his shirt off.
I was dancing. Yeah,
Matt's shirt is off.
Anybody that
was dancing, he's doing like a little belly thing. It's really incredible.
Anybody that watches it on our YouTube channel,
you'll see it on the YouTube. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'll see. But you'll miss the song, and I just want to say congratulations. You didn't have to put up with that.
The tune rocked. You know it.
Our YouTube videos are on bit.do/COCBLOK, COCBLOK, by the way, if you want to follow along later. I guess everybody that's listening to this has already heard it, so they don't really need to. But
I think most people are watching the video.
Maybe. Anyways,
so
we let's get off this whole Southeast thing because
enough of the Southeast already.
I know we're not going to get anywhere with it. Our friend, Mr. Bradford Johnson,
good man.
Yeah, we were doing a little chat the other day in our text conversation, and I guess he was bored and he was like, "I'm going to look up all this Untapped information." Untapped being the beer app where people can kind of check in. It's like social media for beer. I see you doing this fan.
There are a few things people use. Beer Advocate, Rate Beer, but a lot of people use Untapped. Untapped because it's mobile. It's designed for mobile. Right?
I think it's kind of the wave of the near future, just because it's convenient. Everything is designed for mobile. You can do it on your laptop, but it's designed for mobile.
It's got those little star ratings, 3 stars.
Yeah. Essentially, you check into a beer.
It's like Amazon.
You can take a little picture, post it, and you get. It's actually caps, by the way, but you do between 1 and 5 caps. How much you rate?
Caps,
how much you rate the beer, and
that makes sense.
But it's convenient. I like it because I actually started getting on Untapped before a lot of people did, before anybody knew what it was, because I saw it on Rogue's website. They have a feed.
Rogue Beer?
Yeah, Rogue Beer out of Oregon. They got a feed of everybody that's like, I guess, checking into their beers. And I was like,
That can be dangerous.
Well, yeah, I was like, yeah, you don't know what's going to pop up there. But I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. So then I signed up for it, and that was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. But yeah, it's convenient because it's accessible. It's on your phone. You keep your review short. You put a picture on there. But for me, I like to give myself notes about what I've tried, so I can know if I've had it, know what I thought of it, know if there's different versions coming out,
and it differs from something like Rapier because you can do unique and repeat, right? Or you can only do unique.
Yeah, no, you can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do unique beers, new beers, or you can do the same one over again.
Or you can just talk again about a beer you've already had.
Yeah, and it also differs from Rate Beer because nobody uses Rate Beer. Except for you.
I use Rate Beer.
Yeah, you're the last guy.
There's thousands of people in Rate Beer. What are you talking about?
There's, thousands of people that quit
And by the way, Joe Tucker from Rate Beer is coming to Lexington September 30th for the craft rating event that I'm hosting.
He's thanking Jeff for being the last remaining member on Rate Beer.
There are thousands, and a lot of Danish people on Rate Beer, too.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you probably went over there and recruited them, and they've already quit. Yeah.
This guy's got 30,000,
yeah,
60,000.
His profile's been active for 4 days ever since Jeff came back from.
I don't know what you're talking about. Rate Beer is the anyway. I don't want to get off target here, but Rate Beer.
Oh yeah, we never do that. But anyway, so
it's a great site.
So Bradford's looking at this information, and he's like, "Oh, here, another friend of ours, Emily Camp. He's like, did you know that Emily only checks in unique beers, and she doesn't check into the same beer twice?" And he's like, "Matt, you're such a homer. You check into." Shotgun Wedding, the Vanilla Brown from Country Boy, or like Heller Heaven from West 6 all the time, and our buddy Aaron, he's all about Yai Lai from Cigar City.
Call it Yai Lai?
Yeah,
not High Lai.
High Lai, whatever it is. Nobody knows how to pronounce J-A-I.
Also, can I interrupt you just for a second and ask you a serious question about?
You might as well.
About what
Jeff,
you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Why is being a beer homer a bad thing? We all want to have local beer, and if you like it,
I'll admit it.
You're called, "Oh, you're just a homer, dude." Like, all right, fine. I want to. If I don't have any local beer, then I got nothing.
Well, the whole basis of our whole operation, the Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers of Kentucky, is around homerism.
Right.
Obviously,
we're lovers of beer in Kentucky.
Yeah,
it's in the title.
And honestly, I
can't say that on the air, but we.
But I want all beer in Kentucky to flourish.
So what's the problem of being a homer?
There's not a problem.
No problem. Anyways, go back with your story about Untapped, because you're making an interesting point, I think.
Yeah, it's when I drank when I was back in 8th grade or however when I started drinking.
I think that was 2nd grade for you.
Maybe
because you're from Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm actually from Lexington.
All right.
Yeah. We don't all come from Israel like you do. But like. You just kind of drink the drink, you get drunk, you get your Bud Lights and you get your whatever, and then there kind of comes a point to where, for craft beer people anyway, that you kind of get turned on to something new. And, we were talking about Sweetwater, when I had 420 Pale Ale for the first time, it kind of turned me on to what craft beer could be, and I was really interested. I wanted to try new things. Before that, I thought I was being really culturally diverse in my beer selection by drinking Amstel Light. I had no idea, you know what I mean? So then you have that, and then it's like, it's not just, I want Sweetwater 420 all the time. I want to see what else is out there. And I kind of went through this transition to where I became what is known as a ticker. You want to try new things, and
ticker is someone who literally ticks beers off.
Well, not literally.
I mean, it goes. You're ticking beers. You're getting
somebody
new
that's
things.
A quote unquote academic should know how to use the word literally.
Literally doesn't mean anything, anyways. But okay,
well, not anymore. But yeah.
It's like saying me personally. It doesn't mean anything. But regardless,
me personally, irregardless.
Like who else? It's you. It's personal. It's you. But for those who don't know, and I'm sure all 5 people listening know.
Yes.
What ticking is. But anyways, ticking is that process of checking off the new beers.
Yeah, and it's to say that, I've had this one, or whatever. Right. And you can kind of take it to different levels,
And you're a ticker.
Yes, I am. And
I'm a ticker.
I'll admit that. And
I'm a craft beer ticker.
I've met some people that are either embarrassed to admit that they like to tick beers, try new stuff. And because it comes with the association that you don't like stuff you've already had, which is not true at all.
Well, and also there's also a little bit of bad connotation about those beer drinkers who only want to drink new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only going to drink something new, and that's
and I know
push the industry in a certain position
that.
Where it has to constantly be producing new beers all the time.
I got some friends that actually from other places that I don't want to name any names, but
just go ahead, name names.
No, but anyway,
is it Joe?
I'm sure they're going to end
Billy?
up Joe, Billy.
Is it Scuba or Steve?
You making up more names here?
Is it Sandy?
This is funny you said Scuba Steve. We actually know Scuba Steve.
I know, but actually, I don't know why I said that. I actually meant to say Scooby.
I hope Scuba Steve is listening to this.
I was going to say Scooby-Doo, and somebody said Scuba Steve. Sorry, Steve.
Whatever. Anyway, we love you. Let's get him on the show next week or the week after.
We should get him on the show.
Let's do our for next week. We'll do our little recording. Let's get him on there.
Let's get him on there.
You're being called out, Scuba Steve. Last time I was at Country Boy, he told me he wanted to be on.
Does he listen?
I doubt it. I don't think he does anything except for drink beer and
that's what we do.
Bar over there.
That's what we do.
That makes it perfect for the show. So,
but yeah, man, I think any craft beer, almost any craft beer drinker who says I don't tick beers, is lying.
Yeah,
you're a ticker.
Yeah, and I do both. I drink a lot of repeat beers, and I check into a lot of stuff on Untappd.
I drink a lot of Bells. We drink a lot of Hell or Heaven in our house too.
Well, going back to me being a homer, I'll admit
a lot of Founders.
And I don't think there's a negative connotation with, like you said, being a homer. But I want people that are online. I've got a lot of Untappd friends. I find new people on there. I friend them, and we kind of see what each other drink, and we comment and stuff like that. I want people to know that I'm enjoying Country Boy Shotgun Wedding. I want them to know that I'm enjoying West 6.
Now we're at a different stage, because what you're doing now is you're engaging in let me put on my social media cap.
Okay.
You're engaging in this kind of marketing.
Yeah. So
for another entity when you get nothing out of it, and that's actually a social media concept where you're marketing for someone else.
Are you turning this into an educational thing? Are you on the clock at UK right now?
You see kids, it's like this. You have to take notes. But yeah, I mean, you're doing the work. That's what social media is about. You're doing the work for someone else in some ways. And whereas if Country Boy can't reach the people you know directly, they can reach them through you because you decided, hey man, I want to go online and talk and give Shotgun Wedding Force.
I've actually had friends that requested Shotgun Wedding Vanilla Brown Ale because they saw I have 50 check-ins.
And that's how we all learn about stuff that's not available to us. As we see it on the message boards, we're Untappd, and we see the high ratings, and we get FOMO and really excited.
What's FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
So that's how it works, man. And you're a social media user.
Yeah. I never asked you any of that, but I appreciate you giving me that.
It's called permission marketing. That's the concept.
No, it's another concept. Blowing my mind.
Dude, you can learn so much on COCBLOK. The Coalition of Craft Beer Lovers
of Kentucky.
On WLXU FM 93.9. So
this whole concept of ticking.
So the concept which you bring to the table in this conversation, I think, is the concept of both the unique experience and the repeat experience.
Yeah.
And it's important because a lot of us a lot of times are just looking for the unique experience. You walk into a brewery in town, you look at the tap board, and you're like, oh man, I've had everything on the board.
Hell,
but there's nothing wrong with what we've had.
Right before I came here, I had 20 minutes. I got done with my last job. I was like, I'm not going to just sit here, wait to get on the air for 20 minutes. I went to West 6, and I talked to another friend of ours, Caitlin, and I was like, what do I want? She's like, oh, try the blackberry whatever. I was like, I already had it. She was like, oh, why don't you try this other one? I was like, I already had it. And you know what I ended up? I went back to Hell or Heaven, which has been my go-to lately. But
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it's perfectly okay.
I think that is a central basis for craft beer followers, for people that are into craft beer, is this whole ticking mantra. And it's, you go to any brewery and they're always putting out new stuff. You go to West 6 and they got Firkin Thursdays and Wednesdays now.
No, there's no Firkin.
Is it Thursdays and Fridays?
It's Experimental Wednesday, Firkin Thursday.
Same thing. It's new things.
Some experimental Country Boy now on Friday. And then there's Test Batch Tuesday at Blue Stallion.
Blue Stallion Brewery. Everybody's always put, because people
there's Hand Grenade Saturday. Oh, I'm sorry.
What in the world?
That was a different thing.
Yeah. But everybody's always putting out something new.
Survivalist group.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But everybody's
You're going down a dark rabbit hole.
Everybody is always... Well, you got to, and I want the new... Man, I got about an hour before I got to pick my kid up at camp.
Yeah.
When this show's over, I'm probably going to stop somewhere and try something new.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a central thesis to what people are essential.
I didn't get the 6,030 ratings for nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. And those are unique ratings.
Unique. Exactly. It's not even all the beer I've consumed. That's just unique.
And I still like, when they'll do another Shotgun Wedding release, I'll probably go buy half a case or something. Hell or Heaven, I'm still buying it until it runs out, and I want people to know that Lexington and Kentucky is making good beer. But if something new comes up and it looks interesting, I'm usually going to opt for that instead of maybe a Hell or Heaven or something like that. That doesn't mean I dislike it, but I am looking for that new experience. And
the first thing I look for on the board is for something new.
Yeah.
And then I move off that and think, okay, what do I want to repeat? Yeah. What do I really like?
I think anybody that's into craft beer is more or less the same way, to some degree anyway. I think they're all looking for the new thing.
But I think the new thing will both get easier in the next. I mean, it's already. I think it's. I can go any place in town and find something new these days. I mean,
yeah.
There's very few, if any, situations where I'll look at lexbeerscene.com, which is a website, and
I've never heard of it. Yeah,
it's by some Chris dude, and not find something new to me. But with 3 new breweries coming on, it is going to get easier and easier to tick in this town.
3 new breweries.
Yeah, 3 in the next couple of years. 3 new breweries.
Do tell.
Well, you already know.
Yeah,
Life,
these people want to know.
Life's grand opening was supposed to be tomorrow, but I think it might be postponed slightly, or maybe it is tomorrow.
I thought it was tomorrow.
Life is supposed to be tomorrow over in Richmond Road.
Yeah, Richmond
and then
Road.
Mirror Twins doing their Kickstarter to open up their establishment, which will have rolling oven, and then the other one was called Rock House, I think, right? Yeah, this is intriguing. And then what's the one in Mile Wide in Louisville getting ready to open this summer?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Mile Wide.
Okay.
That looks very, very exciting.
Yeah.
They've been doing a good job leaking all the pictures. When they start getting the pictures going, you start thinking, "Ooh, that does look good."
Yeah, exactly.
Scavenger IPA, that sounds interesting. I want to try that. Yeah.
I didn't even ask you. What have you been drinking lately?
Well, I'm turned on right now to Odd 13.
We normally start the show that way.
Odd 13 out of Lafayette, Colorado. Have you heard of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Been drinking. Someone sent me some of their beers.
I think I've had something from them. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look up
Noob
Untapped while you
and
talk.
Superfan. And there was Vincent Van Koff, I think I had last night, which was a hoppy sour.
Our buddy Todd Takei, he likes their beers. He's been on the Odd 13.
I think I learned probably about them from him. He was constantly going on online, Todd, about Odd 13. And I just put out a feeler and got someone who wanted to trade and got a bunch.
No,
really, really tasty stuff.
Okay, good. Yeah. Is it mainly hoppy stuff?
The 3 I've had, 1 was a hoppy sour and 2 were super light. The way I like it. This is how I like it.
Okay.
Light malt. Big hops.
Oh, God.
Dank.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Love it.
Have you ever had anything from, what's that one out of La Cumbre?
Oh, yeah. So I got a couple of La Cumbres out this year. But
really
Elevator I've had before. I think it's called
Elevated.
Elevated, excuse me. And then he sent me a stout I just had. And then another one still in my fridge. A big tall boy. The stout was pretty good. It was some dry stout. That was nice. Started vanilla.
I'm not a big dry stout guy. I got to be in the mood for it.
It was good. I think it was dry stout. And so I got a couple. He sent a whole bunch of Denver goodies, Colorado goodies that were nice. What are you up to?
Drink a lot of Hell or Heaven.
Just Hell or Heaven?
Yeah, every once in a while when I run out of like new ticks, to try out, I'll go through either Beer Trap or Liquor Barn, and I'll just kind of go off their singles shelf, and I'll just literally pick 6 and fill a 6-pack of stuff that I haven't tried before. So I actually had...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead and interrupt me and keep talking. I don't want to talk anyway.
Go ahead.
Whatever. Yeah, back up. Okay. You know what I had?
Easy, man. I'm not the one who cheated.
I actually had that Sam Adams Nitro IPA. Have you tried that?
God, was that good?
It wasn't. I've always been I've always enjoyed Nitro, like the kind of English style pub ales like Boddington's or Wexford and stuff. I think I just love how they have the really smooth, creamy mouthfeel, but it's a light beer. It's a sessionable beer. It really is, but it feels so full in body. On Untapped, my 4th most check-in is actually Guinness, because I was drinking Guinness for years before I.
You still drink Guinness?
I will, yeah. If I go into a bar and all they have is Bud Light. I'm sorry, America. If all they have is America or Coors Light, then I'll go for Guinness because they've always got a Guinness also.
If I walk into a bar that only has Guinness, Bud Light, or Coors Light, ask for water.
Yeah. I get it.
Done.
I get like a shot of Jameson.
I'll save my $6.
Yeah, but no, I've always enjoyed kind of like authentic English nitro ales, and when I first had that Sam Adams Nitro IPA, it was like that, but. Like hops and nitro don't really go well together. You get that really smooth mouthfeel, but then you get like the hops that are like kind of fighting it.
Yeah.
And so they're like battling back and forth. And at the end, I just kind of wanted like, it wasn't good. I finished it because I'll finish anything, but.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Stop
You
the
heard
clock.
it here. You heard it here.
Stop the clock.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that one. No, I didn't enjoy that one. I'm sorry.
That's cool. That's great, man. That's a cool story.
Cool story, bro. Okay.
Well, we got 5 minutes. What do you want to do now? You want to...
This is when we start our second hour.
This is when we debate about...
No, we can wrap it up. We'll be considerate
letting
to
the next person in
our following
or just
guest.
keep riffing. I think we've said a lot today, maybe even too much. It's been a great show. This show just gets better every time. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was really great, that last show.
So hot in here.
When it was me and Kevin.
You enjoyed that better?
Yeah. Oh, did I say that out loud?
God,
I didn't mean to offend you again.
I'm going to have to go see my therapist tomorrow. But hopefully the next COCBLOK show will be on the road again.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah.
From a establishment someplace in town.
Yeah, where we can actually drink on the air. I'm telling you, dude, it's so nice.
Look for us tomorrow.
It's so nice.
See if you can find us around town and join in the recording.
What are we listening to?
So I'm gonna play it out with some really cool music. It's a little MF Doom to rock the world.